Action. And we're rolling.
Mic check.
Clap it in. There it is. All right.
Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Sorry.
Can you stop peeking the mic? That'd be lovely.
All right. Sorry.
Hello, William.
Hi, Tyler. How's it going?
When did we start going, hi, Tyler? That was last episode.
What?
It's always been hello, Tyler.
Oh.
But now you've got this like nerd voice on. It matches the size of your glasses, man.
But look, I have a cool hat on, so...
He's a cool guy.
You're
gonna get real sweaty, dude.
I know. I have this big hoodie on, and it's pretty thick. But you know what? I'm making a gamble. I'm throwing it out there.
It's snowing outside. Of course, it's gonna be cold.
Yeah, if ever I get hot, I can just lean over and look out the window.
And then you'll get nice and cold.
Yep.
Hello, world. Welcome back.
This is VRA Regression Advised podcast.
Podcast where two idiots who know nothing, we talk about everything.
Yeah.
Today, we're talking about economics. Today.
Economics.
We're taking you to class.
Yep. We'll learn you a thing or two.
Did you take an economics class in high school or college?
I took one in college. Yeah. Introduction to Economic Analysis.
Oh, I took that one too. Forgot all about it.
Right. Who did you have? Did you have a strange professor for it? Because I did.
I don't know that he was strange, but he definitely didn't teach me anything.
Nothing was learned.
No. Yeah. I'll tell you what I did learn was later in my college career, they did kind of a recap class for us because as civil engineers, you kind of have to take the fundamentals of engineering.
Yeah.
And so for the entire last semester of the year, they had a different topic every week that they just went, you need to relearn this.
Oh, okay.
And I learned more about economics in that one half of a week than I did in the rest of my entire life.
That makes a lot of sense. I've learned more in these first 3 weeks of my last semester than I have probably in the first 3 years of college.
Yep.
Yeah. But, so my economics professor was...
Weird dude.
What?
Weird dude, then.
Say. A woman, actually.
A weird woman.
Yes. Women can be weird, too. Never let it be said that this podcast is not progressive. She was this, 80... I want to say 85-year-old Australian woman. She looked like she was part koala.
And
she had this big straw Australian farmer's hat
that she wore every day,
all the time. She was consistently late. I don't think there was a single class where she showed up on time, including test days. There were times she was half an hour late, and when she got there, the whole class was gone because after 20 minutes, everybody went, well, goodbye. Okay, so this is it was an economics class a lot of engineers had to take. But other people took it too. But she only thought that the engineers were the smart ones.
Oh no.
So it's somebody would raise their hand to try to answer a question, and she would call on them, they would get it wrong, and she would go, oh, okay, let's see if one of the engineers knows.
Oh.
She wouldn't even ask what their major was. She'd just be like, one of the engineers probably knows. What about you? You're an engineer.
How many times was she wrong? A lot?
Yeah.
Yeah, engineers are definitely dumb.
Uh-huh.
I can see an engineer getting it wrong and just let's see if one of the engineers, and they're just
oh,
dead
no.
Oh.
All the other engineers in the class go, oh, no.
I don't know it either. Oh, my gosh. Something about economics professors and showing up late. My high school economics teacher, she was a professor at the community college as well.
Okay.
I think.
It makes sense.
And she kind of held that over us, she was coming down from she was I teach at the college and you guys are acting like a bunch of fools with my time. I teach college courses, and I'm you teach community college. It's what junior and senior high school kids in this area go to get out of high school courses.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You're teaching high schoolers there too. It's
Like,
it doesn't matter.
We're all idiots.
Yep.
All of us.
Yep.
No, but she would always show up late, and so we played the game of 15 minutes and we left. But we were in high school, and they were accountable for our lives.
So you would all leave, and then the school would go, "Where's this class?"
And she'd have to say, "I don't know. I showed up 30 minutes late."
Awesome.
to her outdoor trailer class.
I remember the outdoor trailer. I think everybody in high school had an outdoor trailer at one point or another.
Yeah. They're always temporary, but they stay there for years.
Yeah. So long that the grass that was once underneath them is now a gravel sidewalk.
Yup.
You know?
Yeah, it's whatever. But,
Yeah.
no, she was also absolutely... People that study economics, something switches in their brain, man.
What do you mean?
From the anecdotal evidence with a survey population of 2, we have 2 late crazy economics teachers, because this person, I swear to you, her eyes, I can't open them wide enough. Her eyelids went behind her eyes when she opened them, and always bloodshot. Real heavy raccoon eyes every day. I swear she was a coke addict, which makes sense for a high school economics teacher in my area. And
yeah,
well, and her family is like all about economics. Apparently, like they run like there's like a local tax firm. They do. They're like tax lawyers, whatever.
Oh, so she's an economist raised by economists.
Yeah, no, it's like a family thing.
A family of economics.
And
so she is economist? Am I saying that right?
Don't hurt yourself, kid.
She's a person who studies economics, but like the prime level. Like she is. She's the Super Saiyan version.
She was doing her taxes, for her job that she was going to have in 10 years when she was 5.
Okay, yeah. She was
okay,
raised...
well, I'm going to be making minimum wage working...
She's a government experiment to see how good humans can actually be at economics.
And it turned out horribly. She does great. She knows it very, very well. But she was so bad at teaching, and it just... Oh, now I hear her voice again. Oh, I haven't summoned this thing into my brain in a while. You remember Tessier, right? And for anyone else out there that knows the college professor Tessier, I won't give any more details about her, but Dr. Tessier squawked like a parrot when she talked.
Oh.
And it was, I mean, rip ears.
It's like,
but I've got to give it to you.
I'm picturing the teacher from Jimmy Neutron.
Yes, it's her. I don't know why. I guess that's like a trope. Yes, but Tessier did this, and so did my high school teacher. She just always squawking so loud, man. I don't understand why she was so loud. I could not pay attention in that class because she's also teaching economics at a high school level. Do you know how slow that class is? We spent like a whole 2 weeks on supply and demand curves. That's
2
like
weeks?
algebra.
Yeah, that is like that's
find it where it connects. I'm like, why am I here?
Find the center of the X.
Find the center of
That's it. There's 2 weeks on that.
I just couldn't believe it. But then it was like, oh, but if it's this type of supply, it has, you get the more supply that you make, the more that it is costly. But the bulk supply, I'm like, it's just different shapes. It's different shaped X's. Find where they cross. I don't understand why I've got to sit here for 55 minutes 5 days a week for 10 days in a row to learn what an X is. So I stopped showing up.
Oh.
I skipped hardly any classes in high school.
Yeah.
But even when I did, I just went to other classes and helped teach them. I think I've definitely talked to you about this before. But I would go to the chem teacher's class.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And
Tutor kids.
this is the class that made me decide I'm just never going to go there again. And I tried to find a room that a teacher wouldn't kick me out at because
Right.
where am I going to go like during the school day? Because then I got to worry about like driving. Everything's 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
You got like 50-minute class periods.
And then, God forbid, you get pulled over and they're like, hey, shouldn't you be in school? And you're like,
I'm going to kill your mom. And I'm like, oh no, please.
what?
I don't know. I feel like that's how police officers talk to children. Actually, I've had a few times I've been pulled over.
Oh yeah?
Oh, big time. Before I turned 18.
Real bad boy, this one.
I was a speedster.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't care for the rules. No, before I was 18, I had a lot of speeding tickets, but I haven't done that since. I haven't gotten any pulling overs.
Wow.
Yeah, saved me some moolah, some economic padding right there. Not getting pulled over.
Yeah.
Take that out of the budget.
It's a big one. I've done it a few times and it's helped out, let me tell you. Okay, speaking of economics, I gotta talk about how weird economics is. Because it's like, people talk about it like it's a science, but it's not. Isn't that weird?
Okay, hold
Economics is like not really a science because like
talk
about like inflation, right? Everybody's like, oh, inflation, it's not going to work because like there's more money, so it's less valuable. But then there are other economists who are like just as well renowned who are like, no, inflation doesn't matter. You could just keep printing money and you'll keep, like that's like, and like neither side has disproved the other. It's just, I mean, things have happened like one way or the other. But like, isn't that weird that like the economies are so, because it's all just people. It's like flow equations like to the max because everybody does their own thing. But then every once in a while, 500 people buy GameStop stock,
Whoa, we're going to get into that. Yeah, okay. I wanted to make sure I was talking about the right word because...
And you searched it in your brain.
Searched it in my brain and I confirmed it with my brain.
With your brain and nothing else.
And nothing else. But this reminds me of utility in economics.
Okay.
So for some things that you need to figure out in economics to determine like how much demand there will be for it, you would use something called utility. That was your unit, was utility.
Okay.
Which is a measure of how much people will use something.
Okay. Which is...
How is that a unit? How do you measure utility?
That's the most abstract, like, unit I've ever heard.
I can't...
Isn't the point of a unit being, like, as specific as you can?
Yeah, because you can measure it.
Yeah.
And let me tell you what this high school teacher told us when we had that epiphany. We're like, how the utility? We're supposed to measure things in utility? And there she goes... She was ready for this. She had this question asked before.
Right.
And she had her answer. She's been working in this field for years. She knows it like the back of her hand.
And she's going to deliver the absolute best answer she can deliver.
Very hard to argue with.
Mm-hmm.
Because it makes just so much sense.
Right.
Well, you can't see utility, so you can't measure it. That's fine.
Yeah.
Because people use temperature, and you can't see a temperature. You can't see a degree of temperature. Well, obviously. So
what?
So it's just as valid as the measurement of temperature. Of course.
Obviously.
That is
the wildest
she is living rent free in my brain because of that one freaking sentence that came out of her mouth. I will never forget it.
What a horrible comparison.
You can measure temperature.
Temperature has a
with
number.
A thermometer that changes with the.
More than that, you can feel temperature.
You can sense temperature.
You can go outside and go, hey,
it's cold.
It's pretty cold outside.
I mean, you don't look at like different shaped rocks and say this is a better utility rock. Like,
No.
like you can decide that for yourself.
It could be a better utility rock for being a hammer because it's harder, maybe. But that's a
Sure.
concrete thing.
Yeah. You have to look at the product and
This is better because it's a harder rock. This is
utility.
it's so abstract and it's so
And this is science, I guess.
and it's like and economics is like a cornerstone of our entire civilization.
And people people study it. It's just model making.
Yeah.
And you try and understand what's happening so well that you can create a model that like can predict, or like a model as in just something that will help you predict what is going to happen.
Yeah. A sort of map.
Exactly. And there's a beautiful quote about models that goes a little something like this. It says, "All models are wrong, but some of them are useful."
I like that quote a lot. Do you know who said that, Tyler?
Yeah, I did.
Just now.
Just now, but someone else said it.
Probably. Someone probably said it before you.
Probably.
But who's to say? Because
it's on record that I just said it.
Yeah, we know you said it. Everybody else, can go kick rocks for all I care.
Mm-hmm. No, but people.
It's the basis of everything.
Yeah. And so you end up getting like, oh my gosh, because like, how does a bubble burst? I mean, let's go back to like the Great Depression.
Yeah.
A bubble burst.
Sure.
What's a bubble? I mean, we can talk about it, but like, a bubble burst and now nobody has jobs. Like, what is that, man?
And it's people talk about it like it's so abstract and like, yeah, this thing just happened to people, but like the economies are just what people do, and somehow people did that unintentionally. It just kind of happened, and then people reacted a certain way, but everybody reacted a certain way at the same time, and then everybody panicked, and then it got really bad.
Because like, I don't understand how how like where the money just disappears. Like, I get, so back then there was a lot of credit that built up. Yeah. And there was a large amount of inflation into these companies that didn't really hold the amount of value in the stock market, which is just a building in Wall Street.
Right.
That a bunch of coked out men holding like tabs in their canvas hats
just yell,
scream at each other for hours at a time.
Yeah.
Like, that's how they used to do that. Before Robinhood, if you or I wanted to do this, we would have to call a broker. Okay.
Yeah.
Who is a person that says, yeah, I'll set up this account for you. Go and put in however much you want to put into the market, and then give me a call when you see prices that you like, and we'll get this figured out. Yeah. And then you look at the newspaper, which is already 7-8 days old.
Sure.
And you see the present prices on all of these stocks.
Yeah.
And maybe you like have last year's quarter revenues from that company. You say, well,
kind of compare.
All 3 of these years they've been on the up and up. I still think they haven't really seen that in the market. Hey, Jimmy, go buy me four stocks of this. And he goes, all right. And he goes and yells. He just writes it down on a piece of paper, pulls it out, and just screams.
Ah! And then that's all he does. Ah! He starts waving up in the air.
And eventually you own, 0.25% of said company or ETF. So much cocaine, man. I can't.
I think that's the only way.
How else do you get through that?
I don't know. I've seen The Wolf of Wall Street. I don't know how you would get through that kind of life.
I didn't watch The Wolf of Wall Street. What did you learn about the economy from that?
You haven't seen it?
Mm-mm.
Great movie.
I'm not leaving.
I'm not leaving. I learned that there's a lot of drugs involved in Wall Street.
Absolutely.
And it's basically
but it's drugs with people that have a lot of money.
Yeah.
So they're fine.
That's okay for them.
They're not committing a crime. They have money.
Like all societies, those with the money are immune.
Yeah. Kind of like treating Wall Street like a casino.
Yeah.
If you have money, that's classy. But if you don't,
then you're throwing your life away, man. You're kind of a slob. What are you doing? Anyway, no, it's all chaos and mayhem. That's what I learned. And then if you're conniving enough, you can cheat a lot of people out of money because nobody really understands exactly how it works. So the whole movie is like this guy being like, yeah, we were selling them something called penny stocks, and they didn't know what they were, and we didn't really know what they were. But like, we're selling them these things. They're like, hey, we're selling you stock in this podunk backyard company for 65 cents. You buy 100 of those, and if the stock goes up to $1, you make a big profit.
Yeah.
You're not trading in like millions of dollars. It's like little things. Okay. But the thing is, they were using companies that were like they were using companies that weren't in the stock market. So they were basically just pocketing all the money. And like they were basically, I don't know how it works. Even in the movie, he's like, I'm not going to bore you with the details. The point is, this is horribly illegal, and we were making a lot of money
by selling nothing to people.
Essentially nothing. That's what he says that in the movie. He's like, we weren't selling them things. We were selling them a promise. We were selling them a hope in something, and we were just pocketing the cash.
That's
yeah. I feel like that's just
so skeevy.
But like so smart because he just took advantage of people who just didn't know what it was. Like nobody knew what it was, and he just kind of knew a little bit more than people.
Wow.
Real bad though.
Let's talk details though, Will, because
okay.
Actually, I'm gonna pull up the stock market app, the stocks app.
This is the one and only time we will look something up on the podcast.
Yeah. I didn't do it earlier.
No, because we never look anything up because we just know it already.
Okay, I've pulled up the GameStop stock value.
All right.
Now,
yeah,
let's talk about this for a little bit.
Let's talk about GameStop, shall we? Not something I thought I'd say.
Not something a lot of people thought they were gonna say for a long time.
Yeah.
But here we are talking about it, and as a podcast on economics,
right?
Yeah. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
Because I also want to show you what happened when coronavirus hit, and like how it's weird to look at it. Obviously, everyone's talking about GameStop right now.
Uh-huh.
GameStop, BlackBerry, AMC.
Yep.
Places that hedge funds thought were going to fail.
Right, because they probably were.
Because they probably will.
Yeah. Will still.
Yeah. No, we didn't save any company.
No.
The internet just threw money into a pit, and now there's a lot of money in that pit.
Yep.
It's like a boat. You just throw your money into a hole in the water.
Yep. And if you break even, hey, you did something good because you screwed these guys.
Yeah. So a lot of people have already explained this, and Will, do you know how this works? How hedge funds even work at all?
Kind of, but I could do for a refresher.
Okay.
Just in case, I don't know everything.
So you do, but some other listeners might not.
Oh, fair. Yeah, you're right. Just for their sake.
Even though it's been explained, everyone probably knows by now if you're listening, but here's what's happening. There are brokers that hold stock in a bunch of different companies.
Yeah.
They hold a lot of stock because they have a lot of money. And and a lot of it is liquid.
Right.
It's in this stock market. And what they do is they say, "Hey, Will.
Hey, what?
You're a hedge fund guy, all right?
Yeah, I got lots of money and I'm bad.
Yeah. Now, what you want to do is take a bet that some company is going to lose value over the next month.
Sure.
Okay? So you come to me. You say, "Hey, GameStop sucks." I go, "Yeah. Well, what of it?"
What of it?
You say, "I want 140% of the stock of GameStop." I say, "Okay."
Okay.
That's what happened, first off.
140% of the stock.
was sold to different brokers, or maybe they were sold with GameStop. I don't know, but I've heard this a lot that literally more stock than there is in GameStop was sold during all of this.
Okay,
which is
that's insane.
The economy isn't real.
Yeah, doesn't make any sense.
But you don't buy it from me. It's mine.
Right.
So you don't get to have it. No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's mine, but I'll loan it to you.
Okay, so I pay you a lot of money.
You don't pay me anything right now.
Oh, okay.
Just hold on to this, and then when you give it back, you owe me just like a little off the top. Just some holding fees, and that's it.
Okay.
I'll let you have this, and then when you give it back, you give me $10 for each stock that you have. All right?
Okay.
So I make money no matter what.
Okay.
You just get to hold on to this.
Okay.
In that time, you sell something you don't even own.
So I would sell the GameStop app, like stocks that you have loaned me.
I own them. You just sold them.
Okay.
You get $10 a stock.
Right. Okay.
You wait a month. It's gone down to $5, and you buy it for $5 a stock.
Ah.
And now you've made money on something that you don't own.
So then I would get the $5 profit of stock.
And you would give back the stuff that I loaned you.
And then I would just give a little bit of, yeah.
How is that legal? Imagine for a second. Like, I can't even think of something that would make sense. Imagine you, like, rented out a hotel. You took all the rooms. And then, like, let people live in there. Like, it's like what... I don't... How crazy is it that people are selling something that they don't own? You lease... If I took my car that's outside, that I've leased, and sell it to somebody, and then before my lease is over, buy it back because it's worth less, I can't... That's illegal. I can't do that.
That's definitely... How did someone come up with this? Like... Who came up with
Because the economy isn't real.
Because economics is a lie.
Imagine that. Imagine you are a company that sells leased cars.
Oh, by the way, it's interesting that you say that, because this isn't a person doing this. These aren't like individual people. These are companies dedicated to just doing this.
How? What? Where did this come from? Where did it come from?
I genuinely don't know. This is
like, has it always been? When did Wall Street start?
Do you think in like, okay, were there economies like this? Were there like stocks and stuff like this in like any kind of like pre-modern society?
I mean, as long as there's been like laissez-faire type of systems and economies, the less that the government was in it, the more you would have to rely on investors. And as soon as you have that, you essentially have a stock market.
Right. But, I mean, you get that.
But like organized building that.
But this whole convoluted mess that the American stock market is that.
I wish I could tell you.
Because how do we get to this point? How do we get here? You know, is it just people just keep finding loopholes?
It's decades of like me. I never would have talked about this.
Yeah.
And I knew not a thing about it about a week ago.
Yeah.
It doesn't cross my mind. I have money in like a bunch of ATFs, which are just groups that you essentially, like, there's an ATF for video games.
Okay.
Right? And you say, I don't want to bet that Blizzard's going to go down and Nintendo's going up. I want to bet that the video game industry is going to go up. And you buy like an ETF of that.
Okay.
But I essentially just have safe bets on everything. It's my 401k. That's what I have in the stock market. I was going to have that. I don't even choose where it goes. Some other company that I give my money to and check on like every 6 months. It's like, hey, how you doing? And they go, yeah, we're doing good. And I go, okay.
Your money's still here somehow.
Yeah, somehow. You can get it out if you stop working for your current company for 2.5 years and then wait on 6 months for us to figure out where it is. But it's your money.
It's your money. We just don't know where it is.
It's somewhere. Some cokehead with a canvas hat has it.
He's in a strip club right now. We'd have to find him. And It's a whole thing.
but-
Give us 6 months.
But that's that's all I knew
Yeah.
about it before this. And I think it's from decades of that side of 90% of the country doing that.
Yeah.
And then just a little bit of people going, I'm going to go Wolf of Wall Street on these bitches.
I know so much more than they do. Idiots.
And they just pedal and pedal and pedal.
Yeah.
Because it's a casino that you can rig.
Yeah.
Especially when, like...
But it's not just a casino you can rig. It's, like, the world's biggest casino.
It actually is. It has... If you are an individual...
Yeah.
The stock market literally has infinite money. Like...
Yep.
I don't know how much more money an individual needs over $1 billion, but some people still keep going.
Yeah. Elon Musk is now the richest man in the world.
What?
You didn't hear about that?
He passed old Jeffrey.
Jeffrey Bezos, yeah. Yeah, he, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, he became the richest man in the world.
Why is it that... You know, I can think of a couple good cases, but why is it that the public opinion is on, like, Jeffrey Bezos, like he's an evil dragon that swims in piles of money?
Yeah.
But Elon's like this cool memer that we're all, like, rooting for. They're both just stupid rich.
Yeah.
Based on, you know, their insurmountable amount of what is it, value that they've put into this free market.
Yeah, because it's not like real money. It's not like they have the most money. It's like they have the most things that worth the most amount of money.
Yes. Yeah, because he has PayPal and Tesla and Boring and SpaceX.
Ridiculous. But yeah, the Boring company, he sells flamethrowers sometimes. They're just blowtorches.
You know.
I think it's because Jeffrey Bezos is this reclusive. He's like borderline reclusive. Like he's just nobody. I don't know anything about him other than he's bald and he got divorced and his wife became the second richest person in the world.
I was gonna name that too. I know
That's it.
Really nothing else.
But Elon somehow has found a way to make
he tweets
himself like a market. Like I don't even know if there's a part of me that thinks that Elon Musk, as we know him, is completely a character. Like, when you hear him speak, he doesn't sound like a person who is the person making these tweets. He sounds like he's the kind of person who goes, who is smart enough to realize, if I'm going to do what I want to do and be where I want to be, I need people behind me because I cannot do this myself. And the internet has now become the most powerful force in the world.
I don't think he'd try and hide that behind a character. I think he doesn't.
Think
he's genuine. Yeah.
No, he doesn't hide it because he's like, no, these are the things I want to do. I want to go to Mars. I want to make electric cars.
Yes.
I want to build tunnels in the ground. Like he's obvious. He's playing about that. But I think this whole memer, like, oh, he's just some memer like guy on the internet who tweets weird stuff and names his kid weird stuff. It's all marketing. It's all somebody telling him, hey, this is popular this is like the popular zeitgeist to be like weird. And like, if you're kind of weird and out there, but in like a fun way, people will get behind you and people will buy your stock and people will help you accomplish these goals.
I think it's likely. But I am if that's the case, I'm fully convinced in what he's put out there. The wool is over my eyes. Elon Musk is just a strange dude that's kind of good at memes. I think so.
I mean, he's definitely strange. I'm not arguing that he's not a strange dude.
You've gotta be weird. If you're gonna if you're gonna be literally the best at making market products in the world.
If you're gonna be literally the best at anything, you have to be.
You cannot be a normal person.
Nope.
Michael
Jordan. Not a normal guy.
Just mean dude.
Just really, really mean.
And really wanted to win basketball.
And you know what? He did.
He did. It's so good.
Tiger Woods for a while.
I saw that man. I saw a video of that man jump, like, just in celebration after he made a shot or something.
Oh.
Like, just like a excited kind of like, woohoo! Dude got, like 4 feet off the ground. What was his vertical? Like 3 foot, almost 4 feet?
It was something stupid, like it was like 42 inches.
Oh my god.
That's straight. That's straight, like, you know, you hold your hand up and then you jump.
Then you just jump and
you just straight jump and like it's like
like we can say that and we can think, wow, that's a big number.
Yeah.
Until you see him like clearly just jump at like a level angle, it looks like he got lifted by wires. It's unbelievable how high that man can jump.
The famous dunk in the dunk contest where he jumped from the free throw line?
I think I'm sure I have. I don't remember that. The thing that's fresh in my brain is him just like, woohoo, I did it! And the dude launched halfway to space. I swear to God, he was going to make Space Jam 2. It was bananas.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Other great people, like the best ever.
The Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street guy.
We're talking about economics.
Real weird,
dude.
We are talking about economics, but yeah, he's kind of a crazy guy. There's a lot of drugs and stuff in that movie, and the guy it was based off of, who wrote the book, he's in jail, obviously.
Yeah.
And they interviewed him about it because they allowed him to leave jail to go to the premiere because he's still really rich and he could do stuff like that.
Sure.
And they were...
He's the rich kind of criminal.
Yeah.
He's the good guy.
Yeah, so he plays tennis in prison and he's fine. He eats steaks and stuff. But, so they interviewed him after the movie and they're like, what did you think of the movie? And he went, I loved it. And they're like, well, you know, how accurate was it? And he's like, it was pretty accurate. The only thing is, like, we did way more drugs than was shown in the movie.
Oh my gosh.
Like, there's a whole scene in the movie dedicated to Leonardo DiCaprio describing, like, the drug schedule. He's like, well, you wake up, you gotta wake up, so you take cocaine, and you have a cup of coffee. And then, by the time you get to work, you gotta try to mellow out, so you get some weed. And then you take some Quaaludes as like a fun thing, and then you need to like get back into it, so you take more cocaine, and like he goes through this whole daily schedule of like drugs and alcohol, and he's like, and that's one day. Could you imagine ingesting that much?
No, I can't. I don't want to.
The absolute mayhem that it would like cause on your body
and your brain. Oh goodness. Well, it would kind of feel like a ride on GameStop's stock market value. In this past week, because that's what we were talking about. But yeah, the hedge funds try and sell something they don't own.
Okay, back there,
which is stupid.
Right. It should be illegal. Sounds illegal. Yeah,
and that's just overall scummy. Now. Yeah. Couple people on r/potato in my ass.
Is that really what it was?
A subreddit. It started with Wall Street Bets. Okay. But the continued speculation and real push comes from a nice subreddit of the name Potato in My Ass. So all right. Get wrecked, all you economists. You think you're dealing with science? You're dealing with memes, baby. The most powerful force in the universe, baby.
That's right. Young people with a stimulus check. What do you want? We got everything. We own the world.
The one who controls the memes controls your dreams. Okay. They get in on this and they say, hey, these billionaires will lose $1 billion for every $12 we increase the value of this stock. Because they have to buy back stock that they don't have.
Yeah.
That they sold, that they need to return because they borrowed it. Imagine taking your friend's like a video game and going to GameStop and selling it to GameStop for the entire time that he loaned it to you, and then when he asked for it back, you go back to GameStop to try and buy it back.
And it's more expensive.
And it's more expensive.
Wow.
That's what just happened, because you just sold the game for 3 cents in a strand of hair.
Yeah.
And GameStop is selling it at $40 because it's an actual terrible business model. And that's why they're a failing company. But that's what happened to all these hedge funders. Or if they don't give it back, they have a lot of money to pay back in interest and other such things.
So it's either they pay it back now or it gets worse.
Yeah. So over this week, it was just about at $60 a stock. It peaked in one day to $327.
Oh my gosh.
At its highest, it was over $400, and then Robinhood stopped letting people buy it on their app. Dunk.
It dropped.
In less time, it dropped back down to 126, which is still double what it was. Which is still, from 60 to 120, $60 is still $5 billion that hedge fund companies lost.
Wow.
After Robinhood stopped letting people buy this, it still was double in price.
Wow. And then you know what happened? The internet heard about it.
And they kept holding. They didn't sell. And It went back up. It's not back up to 400, but it's still in like 328 right now as of the recording of this. $328 a stock for a company that will give you a shoestring for a game and ask you for the entire retail value of it for a used version. Holy man.
That's insane. The fact that it was all organized on this Reddit, okay, but I don't let me preface this. I don't go on to Reddit very often. I'm not a Reddit guy.
Neither
I'm a Redditor.
I used to be. Neither am I.
However, I don't have it's just weird. It's kind of dumb. It's just where people can go on. It's like a forum. You just talk to people who have similar interests, I guess. And the most I've seen from it is like, hey, this celebrity did a bad thing. Let's shame them. Or this company did a bad thing. Let's shame them. And then they found out like a week later that like, hey, that person didn't actually do that bad thing, and you just like made their life hell for a week for no reason.
And then the culture on it goes, whoa, Reddit,
take it easy.
You went too far. I wasn't part of that.
I can't believe all of Reddit did that except for me.
Good.
Let me take the moral high ground here.
I didn't upvote any of those mean Reddit posts.
No, I would never. I spread positivity.
You went too far.
Yeah.
Here's shame to you.
But you know what? This is the first thing I've ever heard come from Reddit that was like, no, let's get him. And I went, yeah, let's get him. You go, Reddit. I'm not going to participate, but you go.
So I'm about to make enemies with the entire world.
Okay. Whoop.
This shouldn't have happened. I think that it should not have been allowed for Reddit to have decided the value of GameStop to rise.
Okay.
That's it. I am not on the side. I'm not on any side. I'm playing both sides. That way I win no matter what. No, I'm saying here's what's going to happen out of it.
Okay.
Is they're going to have a good case that this is similar to insider trading, except for it's all outsiders, so it's weird. You can't call it that. But some smart lawyer is going to figure out what was actually wrong with
Some smart lawyer being paid $1 billion.
Being paid billions and billions of dollars to talk to a judge that got bribed billions and billions of dollars. To find a court case that makes sense that this was unforeseen and irregular, not real circumstances. These hedge fund companies will get bailed out.
Yeah.
What? And Robinhood is going to get off scot-free because a lot of people are on them for closing down the market to GameStop and AMC and BlackBerry, but they sent out a email. I have like the littlest amount of money in Robinhood. So I got an email from them saying, hey, we closed these on this. It was in accordance with these rules that are already in place for irregular activity in the market.
Yeah.
We didn't make this decision. It's how it goes. But you know who heard that? Everybody that was deaf, apparently. Because no one's talking about it. But like, so first off, they're acting within all of their power to keep the free market. They just literally can't with the rules of, because that's the same thing that happened when there was the huge crash back in March. There were freezes because it's irregular activity of huge shifts in value of markets. And so that there's things in place where Wall Street goes, hold on.
All right, everybody take a step back.
But yeah, that they're going to get off scot-free. The hedge funds are going to get bailed out from this. And what I hope will happen is that hedge fund companies and the whole premise of that gets looked at by the government for regulation.
Yeah.
I don't think that... That's the first thing that I want to happen. The second thing, I don't want Reddit to decide the value of anything.
This should not set any kind of precedent. I don't want people on the internet, because, I mean, you've seen the internet. In 1 week, no one will be talking about this. No one will remember. We talked about the 2020 stuff. We didn't even remember half the stuff that happened in 2020 because the internet moves so fast and people are so fickle that it's like, all right.
You know what? I want to get this out here because I don't think I talked about it. What happened to the protests in Hong Kong?
We've talked about that multiple times on the podcast. Still don't know.
I'm
no idea.
No idea, but I'm going to keep talking about it. I'm not going to.
Darn it! I'm never going to look it up.
I will never do anything progressive about it, but I'm going to keep talking about it.
I'm going to keep complaining that I don't know.
until other people start going, other people that are actually going to push some people go, hey, I don't know. And then they go and do something. That's you, the listener. That's your job.
Gosh. Yeah, you do all the lifting. We're just here to speak.
But yeah, so I definitely think it's a terrible idea to allow community Reddit posts to decide when something's going to peak in value. Yeah. On the other hand, right now, Warren Buffett says, how he feels about the entire state of the market as a whole while he's eating his McDonald's breakfast or his PB&J for lunch. And turns out the whole world listens to him. So I also think that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
We have to decide the value somehow, and a community making a meme about it is not the place to do it. Whether or not that gets regulated out of existence, I don't think it has a long-term place in the stock market as a whole. No. And this is interesting, and I'm going to try to stay on like this kind of topic, but I'm going to switch it a little bit to probably a more broad terms. But I think that's really an issue with the internet as a whole, and this whole meme culture is like everything is a joke, so nothing is serious. But if everything is a joke, nothing is like. This is still real life, Like, you've seen people bought Lamborghinis with this money. It's real.
Yeah, like this is a real thing, and like these are real people's lives that you're affecting. And on the internet, everything is fake. Everything isn't, Like I had this realization driving here today. I was playing music really loud and I was singing along, and there was a moment while I was driving where I went, this doesn't even feel real. This feels like it's like a music video or a movie or whatever, where it doesn't feel like it felt like if I got in a wreck right then, there wouldn't be any consequences. Like it does. Have you had that before? Where like the music's just playing and it's drowning out everything. It just makes it seem like life's not real.
You are entering the Matrix, my friend.
Because that's what the internet is doing. And there was even. Let's
let's be real for just 1 second. Whether or not this is affecting people, it is affecting people, and the people that it is affecting, the craziest thing about all of it is that the people that it's negatively affecting are not going bankrupt. Yes. They have more money.
Yeah, they're going to be
They afford one less yacht next year. Their yacht is smaller. Oh no. Yeah. But like it has effects in real life people, and those real life people probably actually put that money in somewhere else, and maybe down the line you're getting fucked anyway because you're still the normal guy. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a 3-month ripple to like something like
probably.
But the internet makes things not feel real.
Yeah, I mean that's like this whole the whole idea of Reddit. Like, you've seen the memes. If there's a tragedy, like a horrible, horrible tragedy, what is it, a day, an hour before, like, people start making jokes about it? Because it's not real. It's something you see on the internet, and you go, wow, that's crazy. That's not real. And, like, you know it's real, but, like, your brain doesn't click. It's not like
I don't think it should. I don't think people should start getting the feeling that everything they see on the internet, even in the cases edited, because like
I don't think so either.
Because and I didn't think you were making that point, but I want to make this point that like there's a lot of bad stuff that happens. Yeah, don't put it all on your mental.
No, I don't think you should. Okay. But I'm saying that's and I don't even think that that's necessarily a bad thing. It's just like, you know, like you there's so much bad stuff, and you have to cope with it somehow, because life is pretty horrible. I mean. But it's a slippery slope between, like, hey, that sucks that happens, you know, like, I hope everything's okay, you know, but, you know, I'm blessed that didn't happen to me, whatever. It's a slippery slope between that and just living your whole life, like, nothing means anything, you know, everything's a joke, like, life is not even real, you know, like, we live in terms of, like, movies and memes, and we live in terms of TV shows and music. How many times a day do you reference a movie or a song or, you know?
A lot of times songs. A lot of times I find the lyric,
It's just, like, we don't have the same things on our brain, you know, we did 200 years ago when we were trying to farm just to live through the winter.
Yeah, no. Definitely we have perspective changes. But I don't think that something like having art to reference to like really capture emotions, like that's something we've had. I don't think it's new.
Right.
I still like because like you say, oh yeah, how often do you just reference a song? I'm like, people sang songs to get them through the day.
Right.
And something that's coming back as a meme right now is the sea shanties.
Yeah.
Is what I think of. It's the human brain is very, very good at making your circumstances feel normal. Mm-hmm. This is where we get Stockholm syndrome. This is where we are able to cope with. There's a guy that forgot his Bitcoin password and lost $200 million.
Oh no!
Yeah, $200 million gone because he wrote down a password on a piece of paper.
Wow!
But after, like, you know, you go through grief.
Yeah.
And you come out on the other side with, this is life now.
Yeah.
And maybe we are experiencing accelerated grief with how much we get thrown at us on the internet.
Yeah.
But I don't think comedy is a bad thing to get to. And I hear your points, and I totally agree. I'm saying yes and to it.
Yeah.
It's wild that it feels sometimes that things really don't matter.
Yeah, it's yeah, and I don't want to like seem like I'm attacking it, because like I do the same thing. Like,
oh yeah, memes are fun.
Yeah, memes are fun, and it's fun to feel like a part of this community who's like in on the joke. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I just think it could be we're getting closer and closer to a society where apathy is just the default. And I think if we get there, then it's I don't know. I just feel like it's going to get really bad and we're going to start going backwards.
Well, that's literally everything about the economy.
Oh, no. Oh, boy. Okay.
That's it. We covered everything about the economy.
Wow. So quickly?
Well, I wanted to save a little bit of time to talk about, it's the end of January.
It is. This is the last day of January today.
And so if anybody joined us on our trip to personal creation or finishing a personal project,
Yep.
I hope you did it, because otherwise you're going to have to pick out, I'm going to pick out 5 outfits from your closet and make you dress up in all of them and do the TikTok meme where it's, I love it, couldn't wear it. And you're going to look like a real embarrassed little boy when you show your mom.
Are you talking to me or the listener?
The listener, because I know who didn't do it. I know. The projects that you were working on that you didn't finish. Steven. Ooh. He didn't get it done.
No.
No, but I'm not talking to you because the short film's complete.
I did it.
Your voice, the shake and well spells uncertainty.
It's definitely a product. It is not good. I hate a lot about it. I think I think if I were to I think I wouldn't shoot it again. I think I'm really happy it's done though.
Yeah.
I am so I've always heard my friends who are like artists talk about the idea of like having an idea of something and then making it a thing. You know, like I've done that with Legos and stuff. Like I build things sometimes,
sure.
Or like
yeah,
you know,
that's more the engineer
like,
type of way.
Yeah, like 3D modeling. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna picture a cup, and then like I design a cup. I'm like, cool, I did that. That's
yeah.
neat.
You have a batarang over there that you designed and cut out.
Yeah. It's just like that was kind of neat, but like. This like a short film, like it's like 3 minutes long, which is like right where I wanted it, in terms of length. I don't know. There was so much time and energy, and I had to get a 7-day free trial to like a video editor to like edit the whole thing. I spent the last, I think like 3 nights in a row. I stayed up till like 2 a.m. just editing and trying to get. And that was just for the video, and then I had to spend a bunch of time trying to get audio in it because we didn't record audio when we shot the film.
No, yeah, because it's silent. Well, it's not silent.
It's not.
But there's no
like speaking dialogue,
or sound effect. Really, you don't want to hear us moving around in the couches or anything, right?
Yeah, no. But there are sound effects though.
So you want like footsteps? I don't know. We're gonna watch it here.
Yeah. You'll see, and if we end up putting it up on YouTube, I guess you guys will see. But I'm still hesitant on if I want to do that.
I'll let you decide.
All right. What about you? And you finished your song too.
Yes, I finished my song, and I made a lyric video for it too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's what's uploading to YouTube right now. It's uploaded. The standard definition is ready. Turns out it takes a long time to process HD video. Like a long time.
Yeah.
So I don't know how soon we might be doing anything like an hour.
How much is a long time?
That's probably going to take about 6 hours plus for a 4-minute video.
That's just words on a screen, right?
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's 2.5 gigs.
Oh.
Yeah.
How?
It's high quality.
The short film I made is like 100 megabytes or like 200 megabytes.
I don't know what to tell you, man. That's the size of the
wild.
file. There's probably, and let me tell you exactly what it probably is. It's probably me being an idiot and having like a bunch of like effects that are half processing into parts that they don't need to be, and so it made it into the file, and now it just ballooned it up. But that's the size of it, and It's gonna take a while.
All right.
But it's going up on YouTube for sure. It's gonna be live tonight.
And you know what? I was genuinely like pleasantly surprised when I heard it for the first time, because like the finished product, because it's again I've had this with Brady a little bit, but like when you know someone, it's hard to like set apart the person from the art. You know, like you acted in my short film. It's gonna be really hard for you to watch it as a short film.
This is a hallmark moment. This is the very first time I will see any of my film acting.
Really?
I've like I've said before, I've been in front of the camera for 24 hours of time.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of it's going to get edited down and whatever.
Yeah.
But I have seen 0 minutes of footage. And it's... Oh, no, wait! 7 seconds of footage.
Oh, yeah.
Because of that one short film where I shook some people's hands.
I remember that.
I've seen that.
You were great in that.
I did a great job.
You shook those guys' hands.
I was a lobbyist.
Wow.
They obviously don't know what lobbyists do.
Shake people's hands.
But, no. I don't know. It just felt like every project that I've done up until now had been, like, hiatus, like, indefinitely.
Yeah.
As far as the film product. Like, another short film that I did, or, either of the 3 plays that I've done. One got canceled before we got to record it. One, the cap was on.
No.
Yeah.
The whole time?
The whole time. And he just kept saying, yeah, it's coming. And then we forgot about it about 4 years later.
Oh my gosh.
And then the other one, it also just kind of like processing that got put on the wayside because the world ended.
Right.
So, yeah, it's gonna be. I'm excited to actually see it, and it's gonna be hard for me to watch. I'm sure because I'm sure I did not act that great in it, and it's.
I'm gonna warn you now. It's not because of the short film itself. You're just gonna hate it because it's you.
Yeah.
That's 100% it. I hated everything I did in that short film. I was like, why did I leave that lamp on? That leaves a really harsh glare.
Oh my
God.
God.
Like, why did I shoot it with that? Or like on some shots you can see somebody's shadow move on the wall and you're like, that was you, Steven. I know it was you.
No, I
no, it's probably
can't
me.
tell you how many times I sat down. Well, I actually can tell you. 9 times I sat down. It's done. And I'd listen to it and I go, no!
It's not done.
Oh, and I have to go back.
I did that this morning. I was about to download it on like a flash drive so I could bring it here. I brought my computer too, just in case.
Okay.
But like I was like, okay, before I export it, I'm just gonna watch it one more time. And I watched it one more time and I went, I gotta tweak this sound. This is not. And like there was like a sound that was like too loud or like this was too quiet. And I was like, and I tweaked it and I went, now I'm going to watch it again. And then I stopped myself. I was like, I can't. If I watch it again, I'm going to find something else.
Yep.
And it's never going to stop. I have to just stop.
No, there's still things. There's always going to be something that you can fix.
Yeah.
But it's done. Yeah. No, I'm actually with Club Hopper. I like it. I really do.
And hopefully it stays that kind of way, like that feeling of like, yeah, I like it, you know, because the last thing you want to do is be satisfied with your work because you'll never get better with it.
I can make it better, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But that's Club Hopper.
Yeah,
that's my first song. It's done.
Yeah,
and 3 more coming out before the end of the year.
Woo!
The full EP is going to be here.
All right, that's your deadline.
I'll keep that one on record. I was going to shorten it. I'm going to shorten it, but I'm not going to say how much.
Okay.
We'll do that after.
Sure.
But yeah, I hope you guys set goals too. I hope you got them done.
Yeah.
Quick, man. Come on. Good job to those that did.
Yeah.
Get a little round of applause.
To those who didn't, set a goal.
Yeah. We got a whole new month coming at us. It's a short month, so get cracking. February.
Yeah. Crack-a-lackin', baby.
It's 2021. You don't even get the leap year this time around. Ooh.
Yeah, that's a big loss, but we believe in you.
Anything to add?
I think that's it.
All right. We got places you can follow us.
Yeah.
I think we oughta change some handles here, Will.
Oh yeah.
Because we got Viewer Regression Advised
On Instagram.
Viewer Regression Advised at Gmail.
Yeah.
VRA Pod
on Twitter.
We have a Snapchat now.
We do?
I've never done it. I've not done one single thing with it, but I've created it and I made the world's most hideous emoji.
Excellent.
Because you have to have one.
I'm guessing me and you put together.
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
We'll say it's me and you put together.
Yeah, I don't think you want to say that. But VRA.pod.
Okay.
Is
that's the Snapchat?
That's Snapchat.
Well, hit us up on Snap, everybody.
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe next week we'll start getting some like behind the scenes type of stuff going on.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
bye.
Wait, we know nothing.
Oh, now so do you. Congratulations.
Yeah.
All right. This is